All right. Hello, hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I am so glad to be back with you all. I'm excited for today's stream. So, as you can see, we are going to be playing Tangle Tower. So, this is what I was going to do on Sunday before I got sick. I don't know why it's still saying World of Warcraft. Like, I updated. Okay, there we go. It's finally updated. I was like, I updated the stream title. I don't know why it's misbehaving. But yes, we are going to be playing Tangle Tower today, not World of Warcraft. Sorry about the notification there. That was from Sunday, and I swear I thought I updated it, but it did not update. So, anyways, we're playing Tangle Tower. We might be finishing the case today. I'm not sure. It's going to be close. So we have interviewed all the suspects. We just kind of have to piece together all the clues now. So let's go ahead and get our intro and let's hop in. Greetings, friends, and welcome to Enigma Night Gaming. My name is Liara, and I will be your guide in today's adventure. Today, we're playing Tangle Tower, and in today's episode, well, maybe we will finally be able to figure out who done it. We've interviewed all the suspects. Now we just gotta figure out how the clues fit into each other. Will we succeed? I don't know. Let's hop in and find out. All right. Okay, so what do we need to do? Let's look at the map. So we need to go talk to the detective once more. There was something fishy about her telescope, I think is what they said. We also need to go check out the fountain again, and then we also need to go over everything that's happened once more. So first, let's go talk to the detective, the other detective, and see what she has to say. All right. So we've got our suspicion.
Thing, you said you used it to search the greenhouse.
This
Right.
would make perfect sense if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
I think we have an
You're
idea.
such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already worked out what you're searching for.
All right, so what was it? It was the golden beetle, right?
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse?
Right, the
This
golden beetle.
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
It's
What
not
are
a
you reckon for
microscope.
more?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
All right, Hawkshaw doesn't know how to use it. It's not a microscope, right? It's a telescope.
It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
I mean, we did talk to the professor. So, something is made entirely out of, was created by Fifi to use, according to Fifi uses, according to Hawkshaw uses. Okay. I think it's going to be the handheld microscope is, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens. So Hawkshaw lied about it? Maybe? Let's see.
The handheld microscope,
Yes.
according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens. So
Right?
Shaw lied about it.
But why? Why did she lie about it?
I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
Exactly.
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A detective, I assume.
Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to be an
It's such
astronomer.
small dreams.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe.
So maybe
The fools
she
out
really
there, to be sure,
admires
but
the
seductive.
professor.
At 15, I decided
But he's not
instead
really
to
an
apply my
astronomer?
intelligence to the world around me, and so I became a detective. But the
Okay.
yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Okay.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to
She
consider
thought he
it
was an
something like
astronomer, right?
planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish
Oh,
indulgence.
because he was faking
I
being an
never would've
astronomer.
guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated. My
Okay.
lead suspect
Is dead?
is your murder victim.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. It's Freya. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else we need to talk to her about. I think that's pretty much it. Is there, we might can ask her about, let's go ahead and ask her about the other people though. So now that we've interviewed
I'll
everyone.
say this, he's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse, but I heard
Yeah.
he's been breeding experimental flowers.
Yeah, okay.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless.
Okay. Professor
Pointer
Pointer?
is a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself.
Okay. That's
What?
weird.
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
Well, she admires him. What about
I
Penny?
find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoiled child.
Penny must be at least
boy.
25.
27. Just makes it worse.
And Poppy.
Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy,
But-
if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite.
Okay. All right, now what about the extra items we've picked up? So the potted fruit. This came from
People here are surprisingly materialistic.
the greenhouse.
Considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
I mean, if they're not gonna sell
What would
it,
you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stones straight from the earth?
an ornate trowel.
This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around.
I mean, that's true. All right, what about the horn statue?
Some breed of amphibious humanoid, potentially bipedal. Although none
Okay.
of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess.
Imagine that. Gee, I don't know anything about that. If you don't get that, you should definitely check out the Detective Grimoire playthrough we did, because that was the whole thing
Who's
there.
that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Strange.
Nobody will tell us it's Poppy.
Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same. Yeah?
Okay. I love how he was uncertain about that.
What makes them worth keeping cooped up, I wonder? Would they not be happier flying free?
But then
Probably.
they might fly away from Tangle Tower entirely.
I wonder if they would.
Maybe. All right, what about the crumpled paper? Now I'll get her.
These people really are ridiculous, aren't they?
The potted flower. This was the one that we found in Penelope's room.
You consider that important evidence, do you?
I mean, okay, now the golden beetle.
Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it.
I have several theories, but they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them.
Okay. All right, so now let's go ahead and head back to the garden and see if we can find out any new clues. All right. So there's this crab sign I never looked at,
This wasn't here before.
and that's why I never looked at it.
What is it?
Well,
It's a
yeah.
little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
Yeah.
There's a note stuck to the back.
Okay, well, this would
What does it
explain why I
say?
never saw it before.
Grimoire?
This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck, you to Freya? What? That's very interesting. Okay, interesting.
What do you think? Is it really from her?
From Freya, the murder victim.
How can it be?
Exactly?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Okay,
Good idea. Hold on.
all right. Let's look.
Well,
It's a perfect match.
That's a little scary
oh,
then.
it's confirmed.
Unless this was something she was sending to her two friends.
We have a ghost helping us.
Let's
Maybe.
keep this to ourselves for now.
Yeah, I think we
What
need to
about
go
the
play
little
the
wooden toy
gramophone
thingy?
though.
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
Yeah. Okay. Oh boy. Unfinished business? Oh boy. Now what do we do? Okay. Oh wait, was there that egg? Was that there?
It's a stone carving.
I
Wonder
think
how
it
got
was.
cracked.
I think it's supposed to look like that. It's an egg.
Okay, so now let's head back over here and summarize our findings, I think. Okay, let's look at the crime
We know a
scene.
little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
I don't think so. All right, blood from the paint pot. We have, okay, so the painted ink dip feather was replaced by, let's see, to prove the existence of magic might work, to hide the evidence, to distract Freya, to resemble a bloody knife. Okay. Was used to paint the red tip of a feather found outside. The painted flora. Was used to paint over the painted ink dip feather. Blood from the paint pot. Was used to paint over the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
Blood from the paint pot.
That's not quite
was
right.
Used to paint over the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife. Almost.
It's not.
Maybe just change one thing.
Okay, so let's see. Was used to hide, was designed to match. I think that's right. To prove the existence of magic, maybe?
Blood from the paint pot.
No, okay,
was
so it's not
used to paint
that.
the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to prove the existence of magic.
No.
Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Okay, so let's see. To hide the evidence, to distract Freya. Maybe it's to hide the evidence.
Blood from the paint pot.
No.
Was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to hide the evidence. Almost. Maybe just change.
So it could stab Freya? To distract Freya? But that doesn't make sense, because does it? If blood from the paint pot was used to paint the feather to distract Freya, that would imply she was alive when it happened. I don't know that that makes sense. We can try it, so it could stab Freya. Those are the only two options left. Let's try distract.
Blood from the paint pot.
Okay, it's
was
not
used
that.
to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to distract Freya. Almost.
Okay,
Maybe
so
just-
what else do we have? Was used to paint over... Wait. Oh, wait. Is it this? Blood from the paint pot was used to paint over... Like, I thought it was this, but... Maybe... What else would it be? The painted flora.
Blood from the paint
No.
pot.
We're
was
having
used to paint
difficulty with
over
this
the
one.
painted ink
What
dip
would it
feather
be?
To resemble a bloody knife. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
All right, so I think we have these right. Was used to hide the painted ink dip feather. Was used to hide a real knife. What would it be? Was designed to match. Oh, wait. Wait. The painted ink dip feather was designed to match a real knife. To do what? Was replaced by the painted ink dip feather was replaced by a real I mean, how would that make sense? That doesn't make any sense. The painted ink dip feather was replaced by a real knife to prove the existence of magic. Or I mean, like, how does that make any sense? To hide the evidence? What? To resemble... see, none of this is making sense. What do we think actually happened? To prove the existence of magic?
Painted ink
Yeah, I mean, that's just silly.
Was replaced by a real knife to prove the existence of magic.
She's gonna be like, that's absurd. Yeah, so I think we were right. Blood from the paint pot was used to hide the painted ink dip feather. So it could stab Freya? Wait. Okay, so blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of so it could stab Freya.
Blood from the paint pot.
Okay, I didn't think that was
used
gonna
to
be
paint
it.
the red tip of the painted ink dip feather so it could stab Freya. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
So what is it going to be that we're supposed to change? Was used to paint over. Was used to hide the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife. Maybe that's what it is. It was painted. The blood from the paint pot was hiding the ink dip feather. Was designed to match. Was replaced by. Was used to paint over. We already tried that one, right? Was used to paint over it to resemble a bloody knife.
From the paint pot
Yeah, we already
was
tried
used
that.
almost. Maybe
And we tried this one too, right?
blood from the paint pot.
That's what it was.
Used to
Okay.
paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I swear we thought about that one, but oh well.
Right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Yeah, why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
It's obviously got to be a
Somebody
setup,
deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why?
right?
To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it
Hmm.
worked.
Possibly.
Yeah, it had them chasing after a
Laura's the
knife
only
for a
person who
while.
could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally,
Right.
It can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So
Yeah.
whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except
Perhaps.
Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
I think it's connected to the golden beetle.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her.
Which the
But
only
she was
thing there
standing
would be
right
her
up.
paintbrush.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe
Right?
something went through it.
Through the painting?
It's
Wouldn't that be
possible.
cool?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Maybe. That's possible. But why? All right, I want to go up to the tower. And we also have this room to investigate. This was the mysterious room that was above, that we were able to see from here. We could see this window. Let's go check that out. Maybe we'll get some more clues up there. What's here? The attic. Oh boy. What is this monstrosity?
It's a statue of a wolf.
Okay.
Standing up straight, like a man.
It's a werewolf.
You know, there's a name for that.
Indeed.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here.
That's disturbing.
Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
Oh, okay. There's a box here.
Just dusty junk.
Okay. Do we have anything besides dusty junk here?
Just dusty junk. What is that?
What is it?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
We'll have to look at
Looks
it.
like it might attach to something.
Okay. A reel thingy. A brass reel with a screw at the top. Coiled around the reel is a length of fine red rope. So it's like a fishing pole reel, right? Okay, here's another wolf.
It's a jar. The head screws off.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Anything in the boxes? It's probably just more dusty junk.
Just dusty junk.
Moth-eaten flags.
Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry, is this spooky attic boring you?
Kinda.
Oh boy. What's in this box over here?
What's in that little box? I bet it's
Exactly.
bones. A skull, at least.
She's
Yeah, maybe I
hoping.
won't open it.
What's under the sheet?
Nothing catching my interest.
Oh,
I'm sorry, is this...
Kinda.
okay. We got this beam of light right here coming up. See this?
Where's that light coming from?
Exactly.
No, it's just daylight, I think.
Is it?
There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
Well, let's check it out. Oh, that. Oh. Uh-huh.
Is that what I think it is?
That's the chalk outline. Something went between this hole.
Is that what I think
It is. Oh my goodness. Okay.
is? That what I think it is?
Do we need to do it when it's in focus?
Is that what I think it is? Is that what
I think it is. It is. Something happened between these gaps. All right, what about this? Is this a painting covered in glass, perhaps, or a mirror?
Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry, is this...
Okay.
Kinda.
So, where did it come from? We got the window here.
Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No
idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious.
Right? So we've got this reel here. And then there's this gap. Something is very suspicious
Where's
here.
that light coming from?
No, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those
Oh, man.
Is that what I think it is?
I don't know what we're supposed to do with this, if anything. All right, so I think maybe we go talk to Flora. Maybe we even... There's an eye up here.
The attic's directly above us, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back.
There's
a single patch of blood, right in the middle.
Exactly.
No real signs of a struggle.
Okay, so something knocked
That's
her
weird.
back.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas,
So?
so she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
Okay, so, Flora was present. No weapon was found at the scene. We already know it's not the painting. Something fell from the ceiling. Let's talk to... Let's ask her. She's just going to be silent about these, but let's go ahead and ask her
Do the
anyways.
fits have anything to do with each other? Other than your initials. You know the guy in the other tower? Weird astronomy professor guy?
Who's not really.
Can you see him from your window? Can he see you?
Alright, what about Penny?
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine those two being friends, to be honest.
You never know.
Hmm.
Do you and Poppy get along?
Alright, so she
Nothing.
has nothing to say.
Grimoire, what could you possibly be writing down?
Oh no, I gave up making notes ages ago.
Alright,
Now I'm just doodling in the margins.
let's ask her about the final items. The small lens. The potted fruit. The ornate trowel. She may surprise us. You never know. She might have something to say. The ripped photo. Sheet music.
Do
The
you know anything
birds.
about these birds? Or birds in general?
Indeed. Crumpled paper. The flower. The
Do you know
golden
anything about
beetle.
this beetle?
I feel like she should say something. And the
Do you
real
know what this
thingy.
is?
Guess not.
Okay, so can we play something on the gramophone? Let's try this one. I'm curious if the little device that we found will do anything,
It's piano music.
right? It's a recording of piano music. Poppy, it plays for a short while before stopping. Poppy recorded the piano music for Freya and gave the tape to her as a gift. The tape seems to have a crack recently, possibly during the murder. Yeah, so I'm wondering if it will have any effect on the on the little wooden toy. However, this one is the one that was found in the water. Maybe it would have a better effect. Let's see. I'm hoping that it will do something to the wooden toy if we play these. I don't know, though. I don't even know what I'm listening to.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
Yes, now this is acting up, right? Humming, okay. Okay, so when we hum, it does this. Okay. Will it do anything if we play this? Let's keep listening. Maybe if we listen to the end, something will happen with the wooden toy. We'll just play it to the end just in case. Because I would hate to miss out on a clue because we were impatient. Although I think the humming might be the important thing. So we'll have to see. It is pretty music though. The little... I think it repeats though, but... So what are we thinking happened? I'm thinking somehow the golden beetle is connected to this and cracked the tape and the gramophone and all of this, right? What happens if we eject them? I don't know. And then it just stops? Oh no, then it repeats. Okay. Anything else? I don't know. Okay, so it's not going to give us anything. It's just going to stop now, right? Now, yeah, now it stops. What happens if you eject it? Oh, I see. Okay. But we can't use this, right? A layer of dark ink. So we can do that. What if we take it back to the garden? Maybe? Let's see what happens then. If we don't get any clues from here, we can go re-interview the suspects, right? So, let's see. If we do this... We played it.
And it's full of the same weird water that was in the lake.
Any fish in there?
Not a single one.
What if we,
Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape. Or it used to be.
Alright, yeah, that's the one we've already got. The humming melody caused a reaction from the wooden toy. So let's look over here.
I'm still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look?
Let's look at it. So, we for sure, yeah, okay, so this one does that, right? It doesn't seem like this puzzle can be solved yet, but we do have this. We have more clues we've
Let's
got
come
to
back
investigate,
later.
though. Okay, so we definitely have some more clues to investigate. But why don't we've already talked to Flora about everything. Let's go revisit all the suspects and talk about everything that we haven't talked to them about. There may not be that much. Plus, we can make sure we've done everyone's suspicion. Alright, so tell me about Fitz.
Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two have an argument?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I
How
trust
come?
Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman.
Okay. Professor
Percival
Pointer?
Pointer. Good old... So, what do you reckon? Is he the murderer?
You're
I don't
hopeful?
know, maybe. We still need...
That is not information we're willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him. Holds on to a lot of bitterness, does old Pointer. Just because he's always struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
And how long have you known him?
Over 35 years.
Childhood
All
friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival.
What about Penny?
Penelope seems to have really settled into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger. Always a little estranged.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle, and he really only makes time for his own daughter. Now, of course, she's bringing the two families together through her marriage. It's a
Okay.
nice gesture, heartfelt, but futile.
Oh, the family feud goes on. What about Poppy?
Poppy's a good friend to my daughter. Always has been. I think they get on well because they're so different.
Different, like how?
Okay.
Poppy is, she's quite introspective. Good with feelings. Fiona,
Right.
Not so much.
That's true.
Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
All right, so that's all the people. Oh, wait, Hawkshaw.
Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
Just meant to, because we both wear, you know, red capes of a sort.
Questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say.
Okay.
I heard on the grapevine. Supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item. Something called the Golden Beetle. Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
I'm sure. There is no
Well.
treasure called the Golden Beetle.
But there is a
know?
bug.
Because I would have heard of it.
Okay, so I think that is all the people. So now let's ask about the remaining items. So Flora's
These
drawings.
drawings are quite precious. I'm surprised Flora let you see them.
What happened to the bird? Did it die?
I don't know. Seems likely, though, doesn't it?
Okay, the small
Why
lens.
don't you ask Fiona about that one?
I'm sure we
Looks
will.
like her area of expertise.
All right, the potted
That
fruit.
looks like it might belong to Fitz.
Exactly. The trowel.
I've never seen that before. Looks valuable.
All right, and the horn
Now,
statue.
this is still in very good condition. Apart from the crack, of course.
Of course, of
What
course,
about
of
those
course.
shards on the inside of the horn?
Looks like somebody broke a glass and was trying to conceal the evidence. Connie?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering if that's somehow glass is what killed Freya. Like that's what I'm wondering. There's still some details I'm not sure about though.
Oh dear.
Do you know who this is?
He's not gonna
a
say.
clue.
I don't know who Poppy is. Sheet
I've
music?
never been one for music. Why not ask Poppy instead?
Of course. The birds?
Bizarre things, aren't they? Penelope seems rather attached to them.
Do you not feel sorry for them in that little cage?
Come now, I'm sure they could leave if they really wanted to.
You think so? The paper. Now I'll get her.
Goodness me!
All right. What about the
That
flower?
looks like it might belong to Fitz.
Okay. The golden
What's
beetle.
this all about? Some kind of rare jewel?
I'm
No.
pretty sure the research is about a real insect.
Yes.
If it's made of gold, then it's made of gold.
That's not why it's called that. Okay, the reel
What is
thingy.
it?
We don't know.
Fishing reel?
We were really hoping you would.
My friends, shed your hope and let it fall free like sandbags from a hot air balloon.
That's the most depressing idiom I've ever heard.
What does that even mean? All right, so now we've asked him about all the items. I don't see anything in here that looks like a fishing line or like a fishing pole. All right, so let's move on. Let's go talk to Fifi. Hey, Taco Crew. Alright, let's talk to Fifi. Alright, so we need to ask her about the rest of the people. Really, it's only 2 people. So, Professor Pointer.
Name, Percival Pointer. Age, 57. Profession, none.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
Oh, yes, of course.
Of course.
Characteristically forgetful of me.
Alright, what about Penny?
Name, Penelope Pointer. Age, 27. Profession, ornithologist.
Okay.
Likes birds,
Of course she
Dislikes
does.
insects. Notes, Penelope is very beautiful. I have never had very much in common with her.
Oh. Alright, let's ask about the items. We've asked about most of them. What about the birds?
I am scared of birds.
Really?
It is an irrational fear. I have no suitable explanation.
Huh. Interesting, since your mother loves birds. Now the
Who is
paper.
This her to whom the message refers?
Well, I don't know exactly.
Then how can I meaningfully evaluate this object?
Alright, the potted
It is a
flower.
flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what.
Okay, the golden beetle.
Now this is interesting. Where did you find it?
In the astronomy tower.
And
Exactly.
yet, it does not concern the field of astronomy.
Interesting.
In fact, you could even say that entomology is the exact opposite of astronomy.
One could
Yeah.
presume.
You could.
I would not say that, however.
Oh. You wouldn't?
No, it would be quite naive. To study science in any field is to study the connections between all matter in the universe, living or inanimate.
Okay, now the reel.
Is this yours, Fifi?
I do not recognize it. And besides, I
Hmm.
would have no use for such a thing. Perhaps it could be used to hang wet laundry?
Maybe.
A joke?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, let's move on then. I guess, did we already ask I think we asked Hawkshaw about everything, but let's just verify real fast. I think we're good on Hawkshaw. We've asked about all the people. Oh, we haven't asked about this. So let's ask Hawkshaw about the
What is
reel.
that?
I'm not sure. It looks like it attaches to something else.
Why don't you
Right?
go back and double check the area you found it? Maybe you'll find the rest of the something else.
I'm
Maybe.
not so sure about that.
Yeah, we did look kind of thoroughly. All right, let's go talk to Fitz then. Maybe he'll have some information for us. Okay, we still haven't unlocked his suspicion yet, so let's see. Let's ask about Professor Pointer.
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
He's thinking about that. All right, let's ask about the items. We only have to ask about the golden beetle and the reel.
I've seen beetles with brightly colored shells, metallic shells even. They're relatively common, especially around here. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It
That's
can't be
true.
actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. It's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. But one would also argue you can't grow gemstones on a plant, so...
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Me 3.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I thought you said me too.
Okay, there is this beetle, but I don't think it's the right beetle.
That's a handsome beetle. Looks like he might have magic powers.
Alright, I guess let's move on now. We're gonna have to figure out what his suspicion is. Let's go talk to Poppy. Alright. So, we need to ask you about your father.
Eavesdrop what the stars are saying. Earthly tether, slowly fraying. Floating, helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.
Okay. Now what about Penny?
Feathers flashing in the light from a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage.
Oh, goodness. I'm just dying here, guys. Alright. Alright, so... Sorry about that. I'm gonna get some water real fast. Oh boy. Okay. I don't know why this button doesn't want to work today. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It's being all kinds of weird. Oh well. We'll figure it out. Okay. So, moving along. Alright. We have listened to all of Poppy's poems. Oh, we still need to ask her about the items.
It's one
Oops.
of those big...
Don't touch it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
Alright, so... Alright, let us ask about... we got a few items to ask about here. The sheet music.
Yeah, it's mine.
Oh, we already asked about that, right? Right? Why is it not checked off? I'm confused.
Yeah, it's mine.
It's okay. So we've asked about both of them, right?
Any
Oh,
places
wait.
for us?
That might be for the wooden
Literally
tool,
8
right?
notes. I have it memorized.
Okay, let's listen. Is the wooden tool going to react? Or the wooden toy going to react? I don't know.
I think it's kind of cruel to keep 3 birds in one cage like that.
Does Penny not let them out to fly?
Oh, she does. She must do. But I don't think they're allowed to go far. Penny can be a
Okay.
little protective.
All right, we got this
Petals.
paper.
What about them?
It's nothing. They're just unusual.
What's so unusual?
Never seen that one before. Was
Hmm.
it in the greenhouse?
Nope.
We found it in Penny's room.
Right.
All right, the golden
Get
beetle.
some weird insects around here, but I've never seen one like that.
I'm not sure anyone has.
Right?
Leah might have. She used to keep beetles in a box in her room.
Huh.
Why?
For fun, obviously.
We might have to go investigate her room again.
Where did you find this?
It was in the attic.
Oh, huh. I forgot we even had an attic.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, okay. Now we got the piano music. Okay, so it turns it into this shape, right? Okay, so that's 2. We now have... we're slowly getting the code. Okay. So I think... Let's go talk to Penelope now. Maybe we can get a bird song. Who knows? Let's go ask her. We still don't have her suspicion either. So let's see. We have to ask her about the professor.
Can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion, I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just
Oh,
a
boy.
little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide?
Oh
Okay,
boy.
so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized it.
Okay. Now the items. We've asked about most everything. Now I'll get her.
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
You think
We
so?
found it in your room.
Mm-hmm.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We did
Mm-hmm.
that.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
Exactly.
Really none of your business.
No, but you see it is because we're investigating a murder.
Yes, it's my my flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Yeah.
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
Okay. What about this golden beetle?
Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I... Freya, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Yeah, okay. And then the real things?
Is that for sewing?
I don't think so.
We have no idea.
All right, I want to ask her about the birds again and see if they'll sing.
I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you? Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
Okay.
I've already forgotten all 3 of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Oh
Glad we
boy.
cleared that up.
What about the one on your head?
On my head? He's just my hat. He doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
Okay.
There's something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower.
Okay.
Something suspicious.
All right.
Let's ask him about it.
Yeah, let's go ask him. I'm curious. What's the deal? All right, Fitz. Time to fess up.
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I
Really?
don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you
Maybe.
think, more?
Let's see. Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else. I think he was holding the trowel.
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
Was it the trowel?
What about this?
Ah,
Maybe.
Is it yours?
it was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Okay. Alright, so is part of a matching set with is used by Fitz to cut the potted fruit, maybe? Is used by Fitz to look after. Okay, so we have the potted flower. Was used to bury. Is the only thing that can destroy. An ornate trowel is used by Fitz. Let's see. But what would it be in the garden? Okay, because we haven't seen this flower in the greenhouse. Maybe it's in the garden. So an ornate trowel is used by Fitz to cut a potted flower in the garden? Maybe?
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to cut a potted flower in the garden. No.
Okay, so that's not it. In Fitz's room, in Penny's room. Something in Penny's room is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room. Maybe? Let's see. Is the only thing that can destroy a potted flower is part of a matching set with. Oh, let's try is used by Fitz to look after it. See if that works.
Ornate trowel
There we go.
is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
Right. Okay, so he cares for the flower even
That
if she
flower.
doesn't.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
Uh-huh.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Okay. The potted flower. It's got the little heart on it. Is it gonna be this crumpled paper? Angrily scrawled. I don't know if that's it or not. Does that make sense? The crumpled paper? What else could it be? We got the potted fruit. What would connect this? Let's look at this. It's got the heart. It's got this. The soil in the pot, it has an unusual blue color. Is that going to be the same as the potted fruit? Unique blue soil. I think it's going to be this.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Okay. So the pot and soil in let's see, in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse.
The pot and soil
Easy.
in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse.
Exactly. He
But
doesn't want to
yes,
admit it.
Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
What?
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny
Okay.
isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil, just trying to keep it alive.
Huh. Okay. So that's what the story of the flower was. All right. Interesting. I wonder. All right. Let's go talk to Professor. Make sure he's the last one that we have to ask about our items, I believe. So we should have all of the people. Yes, all the people I already talked to. Let's just ask him about the reel.
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
That's how.
All right. So we need to find some more sources of music also. But for now, let's go talk to Penny again. See if she has anything new that we can ask her about. Nope. Nothing new we can ask her about. What is this?
My little writing desk. It's kind of cute.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle.
Interesting. What was the book, though?
My little writing desk.
There's nothing written in the
Oh,
book.
I guess it doesn't say. Can we somehow get the birds to sing?
They're bird cages. But the birds are coming and going freely.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
Well, the birds singing?
An especially fancy cage.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
All right, the birds are rare specimens, but we can't make any of them sing, I don't think. I don't think. Okay, so we've talked to everybody. Where do we go now? I have an idea about this. We can't get to this yet, but I was curious about something. Both this room and this room have symbols on the wall, and I'm curious
But it
if
leads
they're
outside.
perhaps opposites, right?
I thought we were halfway up a tower.
So I thought we could take a look at it and see.
We are.
What's that thing by the handle?
It's a puzzle. So we've got, let's see. So this is a 4x4 grid, right? So we have moon. Let's make sure we draw it properly. And then we'll have to go over to Poppy's room and see if hers has the exact same setup or not. Because I don't
Let's
know.
come back once we know what to do.
All right, now let's go look at Poppy's room. And let's see if it's the exact same or not.
A big glass door leads out into a garden. Somehow.
I think there's something between Fitz, Poppy, and Penelope
There's a
because
little
she's
mechanism by
got
the
that
handle.
flower in here. Okay, so okay. I think I understand what we're doing. So the suns, we're gonna have to put them in the correct locations, right? So we got a sun here. Where's the other one? Down here? Yes. Okay. So let's write those. All right. So the moons, we already know where they go. They go here, 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 and here.
I guess we'll come back later.
Yeah. Okay. Now we'll go back over to Fitz's room. and see if we put the other ones where
It's
the
locked.
suns are
But it
supposed to
leads
go.
outside.
I thought we were.
We are.
What's that thing by the handle?
Now, if we put the suns where they're supposed to go on Poppy's lock, will it unlock? Let's see.
It made a noise.
I guess that was right.
All right.
And the door's still locked.
Oh, okay.
I still feel like we made some sort of progress.
Okay, so now we'll go back to Poppy's room again and do it. We figured out the puzzle. I forgot you have to submit them. All right, so we'll just quickly get that entered in.
A big glass door leads out into
There's
the
a little mechanism.
All right, so again, the moon goes here, here, here. All right, now this time it should fix it.
Something happened.
Exactly. Let's see what,
That must be it.
right? Now the door is going to open, I assume.
Finally, it's open.
Nice.
Whatever's on the other side better be worth it.
Well, let's go find out. The mysterious garden. Oh, man. We got this
It's
immediately.
another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's got a headset on,
He's playing a lute this time.
right?
He's also wearing headphones.
Exactly.
Well, they're not part of the statue. And they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
Okay. Interesting. A lute statue. A slightly weathered statue of a strange creature holding a lute. Pair of earmuffs has been placed on the head of the statue. I wonder if we're able to take that. All right. We got a little dragonfly
It's
here.
one big dragonfly.
Or one very small dragon.
We got a flower bush here.
It's a rose bush, growing on a little patch of bluish soil.
Okay.
Apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
Loose petals, huh?
The roses are bright red, too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly.
Okay. What about this water?
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason.
Hmm.
See those metal bars around the edges, too?
Oh yeah. What are you supposed to for?
I don't
Nothing
know.
anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
Interesting. We got this fountain over
A
here.
little water feature.
It's making me sleepy.
Wonder how it's hooked up.
I don't know.
Giant stone frog. Love it.
Okay.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Oh boy. The feathers were mostly found resting on the tongue of the large stone frog. None of them are from the ink dip, okay?
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room.
Right, I think they came from these roses.
Suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
All right, we'll go in just a second. I want to finish investigating, seeing if there's anything else here.
It's so relaxing. I might just stay here.
Oh, shall I go finish the investigation on my own?
Of course, of course.
That'd be great.
All right. I don't know if I think that might be about it. There's a little bench here, but I don't know. Let's see.
It's the window into Fitz's bedroom.
Right?
You know, he's pretty lucky. I wish my bedroom window had a view this nice.
And then there's poppies.
More egg statues.
Oh,
I don't get it. Why eggs?
I don't know.
Well, either they have some special significance, or the sculptor was just really lazy.
What do you mean?
I mean, eggs are easy to
An egg
sculpt.
has got to be the easiest shape to make.
There you go. And
The
there's
door to
Poppy's room.
room.
So only Poppy and Fitz can get into the garden?
Suspicious.
I guess so.
That's interesting there. All right, let's go ahead and talk to Penelope. Ask her about the feathers and the... First, we'll ask her about the feathers. I think that might be all of our items. Let's ask about the lute statue.
Lovely.
and the
Oh,
feathers.
there used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
I'm curious.
It's a very good question.
Indeed. All right. Well, let's present our suspicion.
Yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
Uh-huh.
Now I'll get her on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Indeed.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
Right?
Petals.
They're from red roses.
They're from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses and who they belong to.
Right? Okay, let's see. We have the sheet music. I don't know if that's necessarily a clue. It might be. Let's look at what else we've got. It could be the drawings too, because that shows the red roses here, right? Maybe? Let's see.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
Yeah.
I can't imagine what you're getting at. doesn't
Okay.
I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Well,
Is it really only accessible from those two bedrooms?
is
For
it?
most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
That's
My
true.
goodness. What are you accusing me of?
Did she fly? Oh, maybe she used her birds. One of Penny's birds was used to spy. Was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz. And steal evidence from them. But it didn't work. And distract them. But it didn't work. Maybe, but it didn't work. Because we have the feathers there, right?
One of Penny's birds was
Okay.
used to spy on Poppy and Fitz, but it didn't work. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Okay. And distract them, maybe?
One of Penny's birds
No,
was
okay.
used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and distract them. Almost. Maybe just
Almost. And steal evidence from them. Oh, okay. One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them?
one of Penny's
There
birds
we go.
was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm
Right.
guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
Right?
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that.
But Poppy,
Besides,
on the other
Tabitha
hand...
hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
It's the feathers, right?
Let's take a closer look at these.
Right? So we have the yellow... Yeah, this feather. This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
Yep.
I can't knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. Couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days. But being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize.
Okay.
This really isn't your burden to bear.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so we figured that out. We definitely had this love triangle thing to deal with. So now I guess we go back through everybody and ask them about the new evidence that we got. All right. We've already asked about all the people. Let's ask about the statue.
I've seen those earmuffs before. They're
Oh?
the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Oh, okay.
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
Interesting.
I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue.
All right. Well, let's go talk to Poppy first. And then we'll go talk to Fitz. Okay, so the loot
Do
statue.
you know where those earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belong to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones. Like he's in the recording studio with his guitar. No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. I can't
In a
remember
hallway.
exactly.
This could be an important clue.
I see a lot of birds up in the rooftop garden. They seem to really like it up there.
Why's that?
It's quiet.
Interesting. Maybe there's more to this story. All right, Fitz. Let's talk to you. All right, what about this?
Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They
Yes.
went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
A week
I
ago.
use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
The
I
feathers?
found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, it could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone.
Uh-huh. All right, let's ask Hawkshaw. We're getting all kinds of new information. All right, the loot
One of
statue.
3 statues depicting the same creature. This
Right.
one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're
Maybe.
not headphones. They're earmuffs for blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music.
The feathers?
You also have a pile of leaves as a clue.
Just see some
No.
suspicious leaves.
All right. Let's go on to Fifi. All right, Fifi. What about the loot statue?
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues.
Okay. What about the feathers?
What's a mess? Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds. I
Oh.
think.
My argument stands.
Okay. Was there anything we could do with the snow globe, I wonder?
Snow globe?
Of sorts.
Let's see. Was there something we could do with
Hey,
this?
look at that. It's a model of Tangle Tower. There's the lake and those weird mountains. What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing souvenir.
Okay. I don't know if there's something we're supposed to do with that or not. But anyways. Let's go talk. Let's go talk to you. Alright. Tell me about the loot
The
statue.
statue was up in the rooftop garden.
Yes, it's been there a while. You can see the
Okay.
grass is slightly tarnished by the elements, but it's not too bad. Might be salvageable. Is that
All he thinks of is
clue?
treasure.
Really?
It might be.
Everyone's skeptical of our clues. All right, now let's go talk to Flora. All right. We've got the loot statue. She'll say nothing. And the
Do you
4
recognize
feathers?
any of these feathers?
Alright, so that was it. Okay, we really gotta figure out about this. I'm not sure. Do we need to go up to the attic and look around some more? Maybe. What was this?
Nothing catching my interest.
Okay.
Sorry, is this spooky attic boring you?
Kinda.
Alright. What about, was there anything in this box?
Just dusty junk.
Okay, that's right. We gotta look around. We've got these banners,
At least the moths are kept well fed.
right? Okay.
Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry, is this spooky?
Kinda.
What is this?
Just dusty junk.
Just dusty junk. Alright. I feel like there's
Where's
gotta
that
be
light coming
something
from?
we should do here.
No, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
What can we do here, though?
Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
I'm curious. Let's see. Can we get...
Is that what I think it is?
I don't know. It goes in and out of focus. Why does it move like this?
Is that what I think it is?
I'm so curious. Like, it shouldn't move like this, right? Why does it sway like that? Let's go back to the garden. We now have a second symbol that we can put in. But I'm not entirely sure where we'll get the rest of
I'm
them.
not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look?
Alright, so we now have this one. The piano one was this symbol, right? And this was this one.
Let's
We need to
back
find
here.
2 more sources of music. Where are we gonna find those at? Let's think. Is there anything... Oh, we got the piano music. Where else could we get... Maybe we can get... Oh, let's go check Penelope's room. Maybe we can get the birds to sing in there. Let's see. We did do this
We already
puzzle.
solved it.
Right? Now I'll get her. That's right. Okay. But is there anything we can do with the birds?
Looks like nature invited itself in. Rude.
I mean, they're singing, but I guess
That's
birds...
a big window.
The bird sound is not going to be something that we need, I guess. That's a tiny little cage.
This is the fanciest room so far.
Too fancy.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay, so where do we go from here? Where else could we get? Let's go to the front hall. Just to look around again, see if there's anything else. Oh, this is where the garden goes down.
Big glass tube filled with water.
Right?
There are weeds in there. And sand.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's nothing living in it.
Right.
Anymore.
So that's what goes down from the garden. Let's look at the
is
family tree.
I think it's a family tree.
Alright, so now we have all of this. Lord Remington and Lady Remington had Flora and Primrose and Richard. So Primrose married Percival Pointer. They had Poppy. Lord Pointer and Lady Pointer had Percival and Pandora. Pandora married Buck Grackley and had Penelope Pointer.
Penelope Pointer. We met her. She is one of the suspects.
Okay, so we'll just click on all of these.
Pandora Pointer. I guess she doesn't live here anymore.
Nope.
Buck Brackley.
Brackley,
I
okay.
guess he doesn't live here anymore.
Nope.
Lord Pointer.
This goes back a couple of generations.
Indeed.
Lady Pointer.
How do you become a lady? I want to be a lady.
Alright, Percival.
Percival Pointer.
Professor Percival Pointer.
Right?
We met him. He's one of the suspects.
Of course. Oh, there's the other thing we can do that was in one of their
Rose
rooms
Remington.
too.
I guess she doesn't live here anymore.
Richard.
Richard Remington.
The one and only.
Flora Remington.
We met her. She's one of the suspects.
Okay. Now we have the fellow side.
Lord Fellow.
Looks like he was married twice.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Scandal.
Lady Fellow.
Do these people not have first names?
Flint Fellow. I guess he doesn't live here anymore.
Okay. And then Felix fellow,
Felix Fellow.
We met him. He's one of the suspects.
right? They had Fiona.
Fiona Fellow. We met her. She's one of the suspects.
Okay, so Flint and Emily
Emily Everstone. I guess she doesn't live here anymore.
had Fitz fellow.
Fitz
Okay,
fellow.
okay.
We met him. He's one
Okay.
of the suspects.
So they're basically cousins. Okay. And then, so Selena Stonetop.
Selena Stonetop.
No family line. Apparently, she just appeared out of nowhere.
Apparently.
Felicia Fellow.
Freya's
Okay.
mother.
Oh,
She doesn't live here anymore.
okay.
Damien Dusk.
All
It's
right.
Freya's father. I guess he doesn't live here anymore.
And then there's Freya.
Freya Fellow.
The murder victim.
Okay.
She's barely related to the main family at all.
Yeah, it's by his second marriage from Lord Fellow. Okay, what about the ink dip?
Pretty.
All right, nothing else. We've still got these guys.
Pretty.
Okay. And there's that guy.
Pretty.
They're all just pretty. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's go. Where was that chart? Was it in Fifi's room? Maybe. Let's look. Is there anything in here that can make sound? I think this was the
Fifi's
board.
got something pinned up here.
What is all this?
All right, now we can look at it all, right? So,
Looks like Fitz.
right? So Fitz and Penelope, or Poppy,
That's actually a pretty good drawing.
and it's a question mark, like she doesn't know.
Trying to solve the mystery with math equations?
Maybe. Did you ever try that? Maybe it works.
Maybe. All right, but then we've got Professor
Looks like
Professor Pointer, and then Penelope,
It's a drawing of Penny.
and then somehow
That's gotta be
Flora, and
I think that's supposed to be
Felix, right? Then we've got us, and then this
It's
is
Detective
Hawkshaw. Okay, so what's with the arrows,
Arrows connecting all the different suspects.
right?
They're not labeled, though.
Yeah, they're completely meaningless.
Okay, so I don't
Did you
know
notice who isn't on here?
who isn't.
Freya?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and Fifi.
Fifi herself.
Interesting. Okay, so my question is, where can we
It's a
get
magnifying glass. A big
sound
one.
from?
How come you don't have one of those?
Why? Because I'm a detective? Should I start smoking a pipe too?
You couldn't pull off a pipe.
And did we check this one out?
We already solved it.
Okay, and that's where we got her diary from? Okay. So, we got to figure out where to get another sound effect from. What was this?
Boxes.
Okay.
Of stuff.
All right. This was Freya's room. Maybe we can find something in Freya's room. Did we ever solve
We already
this?
solved it.
We did. Okay, that was the photo. What else do we have? We've got this grate. I don't
Do you
know
think
that
was
does
always
anything.
Supposed to be a bedroom?
I don't know. It is kind of a weird shape.
Was
No
this
windows
box
either.
always here? I don't remember this box being here.
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
Yeah, that makes sense. So maybe she had the beetle in there somewhere? Where would it be now, though?
Freya's plants. They must not need sunlight?
We got some drawings.
Drawings taped up on the wall.
What's that one on the left?
Looks like two people standing together in a garden.
That
One
would...
of them's holding a red rose.
Yeah, that's the one we already have. Yeah. We already know that. Poppy and Fitz. What else do we got? Is there anything else? We got the little teddy bear here. I don't know that there's anything else in here other than the fact...
Even though we're halfway up a tower, someone's been tracking in mud from outside.
I feel like she must have come from Fitz's room. From out here, right? I mean, it's one of the only things that seems to make sense. But I'm not sure. Can we do something with the sound of the water? I don't know.
Ah, a little water feature.
It's making me sleep.
Wonder how it's hooked up.
I don't know. We got the sound of birds.
Ah, a little water feature. Wonder
Nope.
how it's hooked up.
That's the same thing. I don't know that there's anything we can do here, is the thing.
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this
He's
time.
also...
Well, they're not part of the statue. And they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
Yeah, so we already know this. I really want to know how we can get some more. We need 2 more sound effects, but where are we going to get them from? Where else could we get a sound effect from? I would have thought birds would be a good one. Maybe there's something that will... We got the harp. We got the horn. And then we have the lute. So I'm not sure. We got the gramophone here. And we got Poppy playing the piano here. Let's check Hawkshaw again. Maybe somehow Hawkshaw has some music somewhere. Let's look.
We already solved it.
Okay, that's where we got that, right? And can we do anything with that?
It's a big stone dais.
Biggest one I've ever seen. First one, too.
Okay, what about the bench?
There's a metal plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point. But someone scratched it off.
Okay. Can we do anything with her desk?
A wooden trunk that opens up into a full desk.
I want one.
Man, I'm really not sure where we need to go now. I feel like we've talked to virtually everybody. Is there anything else we can do if we just discuss amongst ourselves? Let's see. Can we do anything with the birds? Oh, okay. Bird song. Nice. Okay. Well, there we go. What about the wind chimes?
What are they?
Wind chimes. Silent wooden wind chimes.
Okay. I wonder, what if there's wind chimes up in Freya's tower? Well, we already got the gramophone there, so we might not have wind chimes there. But let's go see. We only need 1 more sound. Let's see. Anything up here? No, I don't think so. Where would the other sound be? Let's just go check all the various rooms and see. What about the horn?
It's a drinking horn.
Is it full of ale? Or mead, maybe?
Right now, it's just full of dust.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Is there anything else we can find that will make sound? I don't think that will, right?
Fish?
Yes. It's also a lamp, for some reason.
Oh boy. Okay, so probably nothing there. Is there anything in the library? Maybe. Let's look.
Sure. Why not build a science lab in the corner of the library?
The search for new knowledge. The archiving of old knowledge. It's downright poetic.
Oh boy. Where else?
A chalkboard.
Is this a library or a classroom?
Let's look at it. Okay, so is this going to be something that's important? It might be.
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
I wonder if it's connected to her board that she's
I'm
got.
not sure I learned anything from that.
I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be something important, but right now I just don't think so. So where else can we get a sound from? What about the front? We haven't been to the front in a while. Maybe there's something here. Bells. Maybe. Yes, there we go. Okay. We got all our sounds now.
That's all 4 melodies, I think.
All right.
So, what do we do with them?
I know
Should
what we
go
do.
Back to the gardens again?
We will do that in our next episode. And then we should hopefully be very close to wrapping up this mystery once and for all. What's going to be in the garden fountain? I don't know. It's going to be interesting seeing what it unlocks. But if you like this kind of content, please make sure to like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. If you want to watch live, we're on Twitch at twitch.tv/Liara27. I have my schedule posted in the about and in the description. And if you want to see which games I'm playing each day, I post them on x.com/Liara27. And I hope you'll join me in the next one. Until then, guys, bye. All right. So now we are going to get out of here. We're going to go back to the title screen. All right. Well, that was a lot of fun, guys. I hope you had fun. That is where we are going to call it for today. We will be back here on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We are going to be playing some Phasmophobia because we will not be having stream on Friday. So Thursday we are going, because it's Night Flurry's birthday on Friday, so we're gonna go have girls' night out. And so Thursday we are going to be playing some Phasmophobia and probably attempting the weekly challenge. If it's, I mean, it's gonna be scary because it's a it's a no sanity challenge, so that's gonna be all kinds of interesting. But anyways, let's go ahead and give Misty a raid. She's playing Ale and Tail Tavern. I haven't raided her in a while, so let's go say hello to her. But I appreciate everyone who hung out with me this evening. Thank you so much. I hope you will be back here on Thursday for some Phasmophobia, and I hope you'll also come back here next week for our conclusion, hopefully, of Tangle Tower. We will see how that goes. But anyways, I will see you guys Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central. Until then, guys, bye!